I am Dr. Vinita Bhadoria, Associate Professor of English in Government College, Behror. Today I am going to take a beautiful small poem, She Walks in Beauty, by George Gordon Byron, for the students of BA Part 2, and it is the paper 1, Poetry and Drama. George Gordon Byron was known as Lord Byron. George Gordon Byron, 6th Baron Byron, known simply as Lord Byron, was a British peer who was a poet and politician. He was one of the leading figures of Romantic movement and is regarded as one of the greatest British poets. He remains widely read and influential. Among his best-known works are lengthy narrative poems Don Juan and Childe Harold's Pilgrimage. He traveled extensively across Europe, especially in Italy, where he lived for 7 years in the cities of Venice, Ravenna, and Pisa. During his stay in Italy, he frequently visited his friend and fellow poet Percy Bysshe Shelley. Later in life, Byron joined the Greek War of Independence, fighting the Ottoman Empire, and died of disease, leading a campaign during the war, for which Greeks revere him as a national hero. He died in 1824 at the age of 36 from fever contracted after the first and second siege of Missolonghi. Byron received his early formal education at Aberdeen Grammar School and in August 1799 entered the school of Dr. William Glennie in Dulwich. Placed under the care of Dr. Bailey, he was encouraged to exercise in moderation but could not restrain himself from violent bouts in an attempt to overcompensate for his deformed. His mother interfered with his studies, often withdrawing him from school, with the result that he lacked discipline and his classical studies were neglected. In 1801, he was sent to Harrow, where he remained until July 1805. An undistinguished student and an unskilled cricketer, he did represent the school during the very first Eton v Harrow cricket match at Lord's in 1805. Byron finally returned in January 1804 to a more settled period, which saw the formation of a circle of emotional involvements with other Harrow boys, which he recalled with great vividness. My school friendships were with me and my patience. Byron spent 3 years at Trinity College, Cambridge, engaging in boxing, horse riding, and gambling. Also, while at Cambridge, he formed lifelong friendship with men such as John Kemp Hobhouse, who initiated him into the Cambridge Whig Club, which endorsed liberal politics, and Francis Hodgson, a fellow at King's College with whom he corresponded on literary and other matters until the end of his life. He was died at Aetolia, Akarnania, Greece on 19th April 1824 in the age of 36. Poetic works of Lord Byron. Lord Byron is famous for the way he lived his life. He was a dandy, living extravagantly with many love affairs and debts. His fight against the Turks in the Greek War of Independence led to his death from a fever in Missolonghi in Greece. George Gordon Byron was a British peer who was a poet, satirist, politician, and social reformer. He was one of the leading figures of Romantic movement and is regarded as one of the greatest British poets. He remains widely read and influential. Lord Byron's relentless pursuit of individualism and his insistence on living by his own values of personal freedom and hedonism characterize him as a romantic poet. Lord Byron's personal life is littered with stories and scandalous love affairs and broken hearts, and most of them are completely true. Lord Byron was a British romantic poet and satirist whose poetry and personality captured the imagination of Europe, although made famous by the autobiographical poem Childe Harold's Pilgrimage from 1812 to 1818 and his many love affairs. Lord Byron forms part of the second generation of Romantic poets, including P.B. Shelley, Mary Shelley, and John Keats. Byron, however, was still influenced by 18th century satirists and was perhaps the least romantic of the three. Major poetical works of Byron are Arts of Idleness 1806, English Bards and Scotch Reviewers, published in 1809, Childe Harold's Pilgrimage, published between 1812 to 1818, The Giaour, 1813, The Bride of Abydos, published in 1813, The Corsair, published in 1814, Lara, published in 1814, Her Hebrew Melodies, published in 1815, and She Walks in Beauty, which is prescribed in your course, published in 1840, and many others. He has wrote so many poems. She Walks in Beauty is written by Lord George Gordon Byron. It is a short lyrical poem written in iambic tetrameter and published in 1844. There is a little mistake, it is published in 1814. It is one of his most famous works. It is said to have been inspired by an event in Byron's life. The poem offers a fascinating romantic description of a charming woman with whom the speaker seems familiar. It deals with her exceptional inner and outer beauty. This poem, She Walks in Beauty, was written in praise of a beautiful woman. History holds that he wrote it for a female cousin, Mrs. Wilmot, whom he ran into at a party in London one night when she was in mourning, wearing a black dress with glittering sequins. The secret of the popularity of this poem lies in the way it has presented the beauty of mind at peace. She, this poem is a marvelous poem published in 1814. The poem offers a bewitchingly romantic description of a charming woman with whom the speaker is familiar. She Walks in Beauty is an admiration of inner and outer beauty. The poem celebrates the enchanting beauty of the women, and the poet is captivated by it. He gives a critical message to the readers that perfect beauty is the combination of outward looks as well as inner beauty. According to him, the lady is blessed with attractive looks and also possesses a physical and spiritual harmony. Her innocent and pure thoughts further illuminate her beauty. It is through her graceful walk and pleasant face. Byron gives a clue of her innocent soul. The expression of beauty remains at the core of the poem. The major themes of the poem include beauty and harmony of mind and body. Lord Byron Lord Byron describes and compares beauty with a variety of phrases such as tender light, as he creates beautiful imagery for her charming features, the eloquence of his speech, and purity of love. He focuses on the beauty with classical diction as well. He believes that beauty lies within and that the body only projects that beauty. Also, the balance between light and dark clearly indicates the perfection of that beauty, where even a slight change can damage the prettiness. The thematic stand of beauty and harmony runs throughout the poem. Byron has ornamented this poem with lot of figures of speech, imageries. He has used simile. Simile is a device used to compare two different objects to understand meanings by comparing these objects' qualities. There is one simile used in the opening line of the poem, She walks in beauty, like the night. Like the night. This is simile. Lord Byron compares the walk of that lady with the dark and clear night, which also means that her footsteps are not heard. Next figures of speech, he has used metaphor. There are two metaphors in the poem in line 11 and 12, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. Here the poet compares thoughts with people and dwelling place with the mind. Similarly, raven tree represents the dark hair of the lady that adds further to her beauty. Another figure of speech is personification, used by Byron in this poem. Personification is to attribute human qualities to animals or inanimate objects. The poet has personified dwelling place with the human. He also personifies the lady's cheek and brow with persons as if they can speak about the good days. He has used so many imageries in this poem. Imagery basically is used to make readers feel things through their five senses. Along with their Byron has used images appealing to the sense of sight, such as night, starry sky, cloudless climes, cheek, and brow. These images speak for themselves and allow the readers to feel the same beauty that has delighted the poet. Sibilance is another quality of this poem. It is used to stress consonant sounds through their fricative and affricative types coming after each other. The letter S is permanent in lines 11 and 2nd that creates a special effect. Check the S sound in these four lines. One shade the more, one ray the less. Had half impaired the nameless grace, which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens over the face. Assonance is another figure of speech. He has made use of assonance. Assonance is the repetition of vowel sounds in the same line, such as the sound of a. In had half impaired the nameless grace and sound of e, a, in where thoughts serenely sweet express. He has made use of consonance. Consonance is the repetition of consonant sounds, such as the sound of S, in where thoughts serenely sweet express, and sound C, sound in of cloudless climes and starry skies. A careful glimpse of this analysis shows that with the help of the above literary ornamentation, poet has given this poem a romantic feel and touch, making it an eternal literary piece. This is a brief introduction of poet and poem She Walks in Beauty. In the next video, I'll explain you the poem. Thank you very much. That's all in this video.